Get into it. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess. It's kind of weird when we're sitting next to each other though, because I'm like so used to you just doing stuff. All right, so second time around on the challenge, what do you think the big differences are going to be between this one and the last one?
Jacob, I'll let you take that.
It's the game plan's a lot different. Last time we kind of jumped in, not knowing exactly what we were going to do. We had an idea of where we wanted to take it and what we wanted to do. We had a little bit of an outline, but this time it's like actually planned out. That started because Matt was like, hey, let's throw this in as a bonus and we're going to go live for 30 days. And now it's like, hey, here's what we're actually going to do every day. So it's more well refined, I guess. It'll be fun to say the least, but we know what we're going to be doing every day.
That's good.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. I sent an email blast out this morning kind of explaining the things that went well, the things that went poorly with the last challenge and kind of going over everything. And that's one of the things I realized very quickly as we got into day 20 or so. It was like, all right, I have to get up in the morning and I have to provide value because people paid money for this. And I know that I can, but I had to dig really deep sometimes to figure out what exactly we were going to talk about and figure out what they were going to do. And it worked out. It worked out great. Like people were really, really happy. But I think that we've really refined what we need to work on and how there's a much clearer path because we've gone through this once before. We've figured out kind of what people struggled with, what people picked up very quickly, and we know where we can spend less time on things and more time on other things to help give more value.
Well, I really don't think that people notice, or maybe not notice is the right word, but I don't think people even realize that you thought of what you were going to do 10 minutes before you were going to come on at 6:30 in the morning. So I think it worked out either way.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things that's where you don't realize how much you know versus everybody else because you've been doing it for so long, so it's second nature. So it just, again, everything worked out great. People were super pumped. The videos had a lot of engagement. People were really, they did really well. So I'm proud of it. That's the thing. I'm honestly, man, more than anything else, the thing I'm proudest of is people had some really awesome results coming out of that last challenge.
Yeah, I think for sure. I think they also too, like you said, going back to that, people didn't realize didn't know what you're going to talk about that day until 10 minutes before. And when you hit the topic, it was dude, you knew what you're talking about. You couldn't even tell. And like Aaron said,
it's just because you know it backwards and forwards. So, I mean, that's the biggest difference between the last challenge and this one is just, having gone through it once before and kind of getting feedback from students and feedback between ourselves, we know exactly how to plan these things out. And just every iteration, it's going to be like this. Every iteration is going to be a little bit tighter, a little bit different because we figure out this thing didn't work exactly the way we wanted it to. And now it's going to be better.
Or explaining something better, maybe that you didn't realize because you're in it and you're doing it and it makes sense to you, but how you explain it maybe didn't make sense to a person who's never done anything.
For sure.
So stuff like that I think is cool.
Yep.
And then, so why 21 days instead of 30? Just because it's too long?
Because, I mean, realistically, 30 days was too much. It was more than we needed to cover the content we had to go over. But also, too, like I pointed out last night, and Jacob pointed this out, 21 days is basically the time you need to develop a new habit, to develop a new way of doing things. And we like the way that it tied into that. Sorry, I'm recovering from a cold, so a little coffee.
And then, I guess, is it still going to be a 6:30 a.m. wake-up call for everybody?
For Matt and I, yes. RJ will come when he comes.
RJ is debatable.
That's okay. That's how I'm going to be. I'm actually going to do the challenge this time. I did a little bit of stuff last time, but I was too busy with other stuff, but I think I'm going to join it this time. So I'm going to, I hate getting up early, but I'm going to see what I can do to stick with it. And
Hi, Pop.
somebody wants to come join.
I'm going to grab a water real quick. I can't stop.
Okay. All right. So do you guys want to talk about maybe some of the things that you're most excited about with this challenge, or just KDP in general, or something like that? Like your successes that you've had, or
RJ, you want to start?
Yeah. No, for sure. No, I was gonna go back to that 6:30 in the morning stuff. Like, it's it. Okay, Matt. Make this real clear, real fast. Matt gets up because he has to go to work, right? So he's up already. And me, I'm just like, sometimes I get up at 6:30. Like today, I got up at 6:00. But just went back and laid back down.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't get up till 8, and that's really late for him. But he's been sick, so it kind of made, he really needed it. But
no, for sure. No. But yeah. So the challenge, this one right here. I think what the most success that we've seen actually, there's actually people in here that were actually taking it like pretty serious, and there were some that were just slacking off. But the ones that took it serious, you can tell they took it serious because they had results and they had numbers and stuff like that. And the ones that were like, there was a few in there. There's always those few that always complain about not having good numbers or not doing well. Is because why? They did not take it serious. They didn't put it to work. They didn't actually try this, test that. I bet you if they had like a certain amount of books up, they would have made a sale. There's someone that I'm not trying to put that person on blast, but I forgot the name already. Anyways, they had 0 sales. And like if they had more sales, I would probably remember their name. But it's just the way it is. Like if you would put in the work, treat it like a business, and like push yourself, you would have sales.
Well, this is a challenge. It's not meant to be easy. It's not meant to wake up every day, upload one book, let's say the videos were 4 minutes long and be done for the day. No, this is a challenge to build an actual business. And you'll see people complaining, I don't have the time at 6:30 in the morning. Well, there's 24 hours in a day. The videos will be between 30 minutes and an hour long. You can watch them anytime in those 21 days. There's time there. And then you can tell the people there's people that showed up to every single live. There was people that watched every single replay and would comment on every single one afterwards. And you could, by the end, I can remember everyone that was pretty much there because look at these numbers, look how well I'm doing. The people that showed up 3 times, I have no idea who they are.
Yeah, you can tell very quickly, like, who are the ones that were committed to this, because every single morning they would be there as we were going through the lives. Or if they couldn't make the lives, like, they would leave comments on the videos or ask questions in the group. Because, like, you can tell very quickly how much somebody's paying attention based on the questions that they're leaving in the group, based on the feedback they're leaving, everything else. And, that was the beautiful thing about having that small private group, too, is it allowed us to really focus on giving very good targeted questions for the people that were keeping up with the content, that were actually interacting with it and doing the things. Unlike most Facebook groups where there's, our group has 22,000 members in it. I'm not sure how many members are in Girl Boss. But anytime you get above like 1,500 members, it becomes a lot of noise. And the small private group really allowed us to focus in on whatever the issues were and very quickly figure out, okay, well, we should do more of this tomorrow to make sure that everybody's caught up, to make sure everybody knows what we're doing. So just the structure, I think, is very good. This is the best way I've found to actually teach people in e-commerce, like to quickly get you up to speed, to get you doing the right things, to following the right principles. Because like what happens in a course is you buy the course and you're like, oh, excited. Like, yes, I bought the course. All right. Yes, I made a big investment in myself. And then tomorrow comes and you're like, well, I can do the course tomorrow, right? I don't have to do it today. I have lifetime access to it. And then next week comes and it's like, I'm real busy right now. I'll get to it in a week. And then next month comes, it's like, well, I'm going to do this someday. Like, you don't have a choice with this. At day 22, the content comes down. Like, if you do not keep up with the content, if you don't actually take action and implement the content day after day after day, the content comes down at the end and you're like, well, fuck, I just blew a lot of money. Sorry for the cursing, guys. I know it's a little early, but, I'm passionate about this stuff. Like, I know you. I hope so at this point, right? I want you guys to win. I want you guys to make money. Like, this is none of us do this stuff because this is going to make us a lot of money and whatever, right? Like, we're doing this stuff because we enjoy helping people succeed. Like, that's the reason I'm doing this right now. I can make a ton of money just focusing on print on demand and not dealing with any of the Facebook groups or anything else. But I do this because, like, I have a true, genuine need to help people to get out of the position that they're in. So maybe you have credit card debt. Maybe you are struggling at work. Maybe you hate your job, right? I remember that feeling. I had a job that I hated every single morning getting up to. And I know what an amazing feeling it was when I was able to just say, peace, walk out of it and not have to worry about it anymore. And I want to see you guys succeed, and that's why we're doing this right now. This is the best training I've ever done for helping people very quickly have success, learn the fundamentals, and actually make money. Like, we had a number of people that paid off the course, which is double the price that we're charging for the challenge right now, that paid off the course within the challenge.
Mm-hmm. There's people out there doing like the numbers, like within the first week, doing like $1,000 in royalties for the day. But the point, that's not even the point. Once you get to that level and understand that the fundamentals are probably one of the most important things, because you can apply it to every single thing that you do from now on, is going to help you grow with any business. And then next thing you know, you have 6 or 7 different businesses, or even 3 or 2 different businesses that are actually growing because you understand the fundamentals and you keep on going. And also, Matt, do not compare us to the Girl Boss group, because you're going to get us scolded by Aaron. Try not to do that today's live. Go ahead.
You were saying how people will procrastinate with courses. I just opened up the members area. I'm on page 13. It took 13 pages to find someone that completed the course 100%.
Yep. Look, I mean, I'm guilty of it myself, man. Like, I've spent thousands of dollars on courses, literally thousands of dollars on courses. And
yes.
Yeah, I have, like, I was looking at yesterday. So I signed up for this this Google PPC course like 6 years ago, right? And it was somebody that I knew I'd followed for a long time. I respected it. I knew I probably wasn't going to use it right away, but I was like, I'll get to it someday. I got an email the other day. It was like, oh yeah, we're transferring to a new platform. You need to make sure that you sign up so you still have lifetime access to your course. It's like, I've never even signed into the course, let alone like watched one video of it.
It happens. But I think that's the cool thing about the challenge, because if you did pay for the course, the challenge kind of forces you to do it all and bring it all together. And then, because I think a lot of people, when we would break things down, because I did like a few videos in the last one and put them into the group and everything, and people would just be like, oh my gosh, I've been overthinking this. Like, this isn't as hard as I think it is. And I think that's the thing. People get like scared that because it's so unknown to them, they don't know how to get started. And so they just don't start. They just sit there and be like, oh, well, maybe I'll do this, maybe I'll do that. And then they do nothing because they don't know where to go and what to do. And so like the challenge literally starts you off in the beginning. So here's the course. And then the first day of the challenge is like the first thing you do. And then you just keep going and building. And then it's like, you're not trying to do everything all at once. You're doing it slowly together in a group. And that's the other good thing about the challenge, is that there's a group. So you can ask questions, you can talk to other people who are doing it with you. And it's just kind of a nice little community as well. So
also, how about like, because I know I spent $2,100 on a course one time, and I tried to message the person and never messaged me back. Like the type of engagement that we're giving back to people is very big. Like, we're answering your question, even though we're doing this and doing that, and we get to a certain level. And I hate when people do that. Get to a certain level, they don't think they can answer people and stuff like that. But you're spending what, $47, and then getting 3 of us, and we're actually putting out, like, we're doing the content. We're working with you, and you answering your questions. So like you have other people out there that are paying like top dollar for a course, right? And you try to send a person a message and they don't answer you back. Like,
for sure. I mean, I think the big thing here is, you pointed this out too, which was hilarious to me, because RJ and math don't necessarily mix. But over the course of the challenge, over the 21 days, like, you're literally spending less than a cup of coffee a day to join the challenge. And the biggest reason that we charge what we do for it is we want you guys to make a financial commitment. Like, when you make a financial commitment, you pay for something, you value it. And if you value it, you're more likely to actually spend the time to go through it.
Mm-hmm. It's actually cheaper than a cup of coffee too, huh?
Depends on where you get your coffee.
Depends on what bougie coffee you're ordering.
Hey, I've been getting free coffee from the gas station, and I felt my gas tank. Coffee. Hey, it should be free, right? I get it for free. No, but there's just certain things out there, like, you're spending like top dollar on something, and they don't even put the type of support and the effort that we're all putting into this to help you guys. So just something to think about.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing I'd say too, is just think about what time of year it is, right? Like we're going into August. September is going to be around the corner, and then it's October, and then we're in Q4. So if you are planning on making any kind of moves, if you're planning on really trying to have a successful Q4, like this is the perfect way to jumpstart your business and get going and really make sure you have solid fundamentals in your business, but also have a system for growing your business and scaling your business and actually, getting as much stuff up live before Q4 actually starts. Because Jacob can speak to this, right? Like the more stuff that you have up, the more money you're going to make.
Yes, in a way. We teach quality, not quantity. But when you start mixing those two things together, you'll see insane numbers, especially Q4 coming into like December. My goal is 100,000 in December. Will I fall short? Probably, but that's what I'm going to work towards. And even if I fall short at half of that or a third of that, I'm still happy with it. But it's insane how many different things you can do. Especially for Q4, just stocking stuffers, and books are so easy to buy.
Yep.
You don't have to know someone's size. You this looks cool, I'm going to buy it for him.
Yeah. I was actually talking with a couple of the girls, and Amy Alicia was like, there's just like so many things I want to do, and like so many ways I can like make stuff, and it's endless. And it's kind of cool that like with just KDP alone, there's so many different things you can do. You can do books, you could do journals, you can do like the tracking stuff, you can do like dog journal things, and I mean it's just endless. Like you can go on and on and on and on and on. It's like if people say I don't know what to do, it's like, well then you're really not trying.
Yeah.
So,
there's a lot of people that understand that you can do certain stuff with KDP. There's so much stuff you can do. You don't have to just do like a novel. And people get confused. Oh, he's doing KDP. He must be writing his own novel. No, I can't even do that.
Yeah. By the way, I just had a great idea for a lead magnet. Remind me about that when we get off this show. Just as an example, Jacob, give us a quick rundown of like all the different kind of things that you can do on KDP that are either no content or low content, right?
You can start with things, just line notebooks. This is where a lot of people start. Start simple, learn the basics, and then start moving in. You can do workout logs and diet logs and medicine logs, blood pressure logs, puzzle books, coloring books, workouts, meal prep, business expenses,
mileage logs, camping journals, RV journals,
boating, fishing. The list. It goes on and on and on.
Think about a hobby. Think about something that you're into. There's probably something there that you could make. Think about so diets, right? Like, so Jacob mentioned like diet logs and stuff. Think about how many different types of diets there are. Like all of those, you can create a journal specifically for that talks about the things that people are doing in that particular diet. So it's literally endless, and it's all about solving a problem. It's all about figuring out like how do you help somebody to create something that like they knew that they needed, they just didn't have it out there in the market. That's the beauty of KDP, right? Is you have the ability to create things and not necessarily have to print them beforehand, right? Because there's probably not a huge market for if you wanted to do a specific tiny type of diet, right? But there's also probably enough people out there looking for that like you can do it on KDP and have good sellers.
Mm-hmm. It's Amazon we're speaking here.
Yes.
Millions of people shopping. If you make a diet log and there's no one else competing for it, odds are other people are doing that same diet out there. And if they're not, it's probably a made up diet.
Fasting, like I don't know. I think of a Nas right away when I think of diet plans.
Yeah,
I just can't see how people are like starving themselves for like 8 hours. I don't want to hear it. I got to eat. I already ate like 3 times before that. By the time they ate, not in a bad way, but kind of in a bad way, but not in a bad way. No,
like fasting is huge right now. For sure.
It's crazy. I'm like, dang, what the heck?
I could never go 5 days without eating.
I know. I think you eat like you don't eat, but you intake stuff, but it's not like solid. It's like
bone broth. Like, that's appetizing.
No, but there's different like diet and working out is a big niche. It's like a $1 billion industry, right? So there's different types of diets that you can do. And it's crazy by just going on Amazon and looking for it, searching for it, doing research on it, and then working out. There's different types of workouts you can do.
And
It's
the
crazy.
beauty of KDP is, so not only, we're going to go over how to create your own custom interiors, right? And there are tools out there that allow you to, fairly easily create them yourselves. It's not something like merch where you have to be an amazing artist sometimes to stand out. It's literally like just coming up with an idea, coming up with the research, and understanding like where you can be different, where you can create something unique in that marketplace that solves a problem. And we go over all of that stuff. You also have the ability to, if you want, to buy pre-made interiors, like good pre-made interiors, whether it's Easy Pod Packs or some of the other distributors out there, or you're using Bookbolt, right? And using Bookbolt to create your own covers and everything else. Like there's so many tools that allow you to do this stuff and shorten the time, or just use Google Slides. If you don't want to invest the money, if you don't have extra money to spend on the program, you can use Google Slides and create everything you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
First, it's not what I would advise. Like I'd advise spending the money because you'll make a lot more money by being able to produce a lot more stuff. But there are people that like can do all of this stuff within PowerPoint or Google Slides.
Yeah.
Hey, lay off Google Slides there. That's my best friend. For basic things. Everything else goes to a VA.
Yeah. I mean, she lives in Photoshop. I dabble.
Yeah.
But, all right. So are there any questions, guys? We've got like 40 people live right now. I want to make sure that we take the time to go over everything. And, Anas mentioned right now, quality interiors make a world of difference. That's the difference, right? Like if you're just uploading, different covers on top of blank composition notebooks, you're probably not going to have massive success. There's a lot of competition out there in those spaces. It's finding the open spaces, finding spots where there's opportunity, and creating something that's different. Nice, Sydney. Glad to have you.
Where'd my pile of books go?
Yeah, no, it's gonna be Cindy. It's gonna be really fun. Excited to have you.
You know what I'm most excited about is like we have a number of people that signed up again to go through the challenge again because they liked what it did for them and they like what they did for their business. So I'm really excited for us because what we're doing is we're basically doing a beginner set of action items, and then we're also doing a more advanced set of action items for people that actually have the foundation, have been doing this stuff before. I'm really, really excited to see how they grow and what kind of numbers come through for the people that are going through the challenge a second time.
No, for sure. Like I was surprised by some of the people and their numbers, or just how many sales they're doing. And I was curious, like what it was that they were doing. I'm not going to ask him that, but it just, cause they have better numbers than me. And I'm just like, dude, I'm over here uploading just as much as you and you're kicking my ass. And that is okay. Like it's just the way it is. Just how it works.
Kristen, no, you do not have to watch the training live. I would recommend make as many as you can because it'll give you the opportunity to ask questions directly to us when you have that thought. But all of the videos are going to be recorded. All of them will be inside of a members area where you guys can access them for the full course, the full 21 days of the challenge. And we are going to, on the weekends, we're going to do things probably a little bit later just so all of us can sleep in just a little bit because after a while, it does become a little bit of a drag. But you don't have to be there necessarily live. We understand that some people have, obviously your job may start earlier or whatever, and you can't make the lives during the week.
Yeah, they'll put the videos in the group all month.
No, it's in a membership area.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But it's available.
It's in a membership area. It's not in a Facebook group because we had issues with the Facebook group and people being able to find the videos.
Changed.
Yeah, no, we created a private membership area on the website where you can actually go and watch the videos because Facebook is kind of a pain in the ass sometimes with video content, and it will optimize to show other stuff because they want engagement. They want to make sure that you spend as much time on Facebook as possible. And so we had a problem with some of our members having a hard time finding the videos.
Oh, okay.
What should we be doing to get the most out of this challenge?
Take action. So literally it's you can get more accomplished in a year. Right. So like people underestimate what they can get accomplished in a day, and people overestimate what they can get accomplished in a day, underestimate what they can get accomplished in a year. Right. So steady, consistent action is going to get you the best results. Like don't try and do everything. Don't try and hold off. And I'm going to watch 3 videos at a time and do all the action items within a single day. Like show up every single day, whether you can make the live or not, and take action. Do the little parts that we're talking about. Everything builds on top of each other. Everything is incremental. And if you try and delay and you try and just do everything all at once or everything in spurts and bunch it together, it's not going to work.
Yeah. I think also too, time management plays a big part of this too. If you can try to do as much as possible in a day, but also like kind of like take your time, take a breather, like walk outside, do something, go get some lunch or something like that, and pace yourself. You're gonna get it done. If you're on a good pace, you're gonna get everything done and watch everything, do all the lives if you don't make them there on time, and you'll see the results. Like you'll see that you're growing and starting doing new things every single day, and you'll grow. Like it's just the way it is. That's how it works.
I mean, I think all of us underestimate the amount of time that we waste during a day between Facebook and social media and television and everything else, right? So that's one of the things the challenge is going to train you if you actually commit to it, is like, I can definitely block out an hour and a half in my day every single day to work on this. And you'll be amazed at how much you can get done with just having that hour and a half free of distraction, like consistently.
So what is the best advice for people who want to start KDP but are overwhelmed and afraid to start?
Jacob?
They're overwhelmed.
I mean, I'll lay it out right now. The best advice I have for you, join the challenge, first of all, right? Because we put everything together in bite-sized little chunks that you can actually stay up with and understand, right? If you try and look at the whole picture from the very beginning, there's a lot of different moving pieces and it may be confusing, but when we break it down piece by piece by piece, it makes it very easy to understand and very easy to implement and just go through the process. It may be confusing because you're coming from the merch world or you've never done anything with e-commerce or anything else. So I can understand how it can be overwhelming, but I promise you, like when you go through a program that breaks everything down piece by piece and the way that it builds, it becomes very simple very quickly.
When you look at it as a whole, it does look very overwhelming. Like, what's a manuscript? Why am I using a cover creator? I thought I created my own cover. Why are there 7 keyword boxes here? I don't have 7 boxes on merch. And it starts building and you're like, I'll do this tomorrow. I'll do this tomorrow. I'll do this tomorrow. It's like, just join the challenge. Just start, every single day, sit down. Don't watch Netflix for an hour tomorrow. Don't watch Netflix this month. And kind of build on it from there. And just the more you push it back, the closer to Q4 you're going to be, and the more you're going to regret it once Q4 comes around and people start posting their victories.
Yeah. I mean, go ahead.
I was going to say, don't, if you're overwhelmed, don't do it. That's simple. Don't want to put too much on you. Like you shouldn't feel that way. And then honestly, like I said, like if you feel, don't do that to yourself. But the way it's broken down day by day by day, that's one of the most important things, because it's actually kind of like a planner. It's helping you out, getting like what tasks you need to do today. That's one of the most important things. Writing your stuff down. I write my stuff down every single day and try to get it done. And you see it in front of you, you have to get it done. And then just take your time.
Sorry. And the cool thing is that, like I said before, there's a community with this challenge, and there's a community with the course and everything. So like, you're not alone. And if you get stuck or something's not making sense, like you have these 3 to ask questions, but there's also like a whole community there to help you. They've always been like really supportive in the last one. Like they were all in the group asking questions and answering questions and trying to help people find information. So it was,
yeah. I mean, one of the cool things we're talking about doing too is basically for all of the people that actually complete the challenge, like they're going to actually get a graduate certificate, right? It's something as an accomplishment, something to aim for, but they're also going to get access to a graduates group. Like the only people that will actually be able to enter this group are the people that complete this course. So you're going to be surrounded by other people that are like very actionable, that have actually gone after this stuff and they're like fully committed to the KDP process. And unlike most other Facebook groups, which basically just accept everybody, you're going to be surrounded by people that are actually working on their business day in and day out. Honestly, man, like I think it's probably worth more than the rest of the challenge to be in that kind of a community, because it really, really helps out on days where you're struggling or you're stuck on something or you need an answer and you just need some support. Like, it's amazing to have other people that actually understand the situation you're going through and are living the exact same life.
So that's a graduate group for people who finished the course, correct? Yes. Not the challenge.
No, for the challenge.
The challenge.
Oh, for the challenge. Yeah. Okay.
April asked what's the start and end date for the challenge. So we are starting August 1st, and it is going for the first 21 days of August. On August 22nd, all of the content is going to be coming down.
It ends on my birthday.
Yep.
So you have something new every single day to do.
Yep, for sure. Andrew's asking, how do you split working time between merch and KDP? What takes more time?
What takes more time? It depends. I hate answering questions like that. But there's a lot that goes into each side. If you're taking either side serious, there's a lot that goes into each side. So it kind of depends. Do you have any VAs working for you? If you do, well, then certain tasks aren't going to take you as long. If you're creating everything by hand, certain tasks are going to take you way longer.
What I'd recommend is find a way to combine both the research that you're doing for KDP and merch, because they're very similar. Like, you're looking for the same keywords, you're looking for the same language that you're going to speak to your customer, you're looking for similar ideas or whatever, and then you just build off of that, right? So build journals that are, I use hiking and camping because we're kind of related to that niche, but hiking and camping stuff, like, you can do a ton of hiking and camping shirts. And if you're doing journals that are related to specific hikes, right, why don't you create shirts that are related to specific hikes? Like, it all works together.
Mm-hmm. I have a team, so I don't know. I'm on track right now to do anywhere between 700 to 1,000 covers. I've been consistently on track for like the last 2 weeks, 700 to 1,000 covers a week. And I'm trying to push the shit out of it. And that's what I'm doing, and I'm growing, and that's what I want to see.
Yeah, I really think it just depends on, like, your setup. Like, RJ has a team, but like what Jacob was saying, if you have everything, you're doing it yourself, then it's very different. And it depends on how much time you want to put into each of them too. So I don't know. That's something you have to answer yourself.
It's called running your business.
Yeah, you have to just do it and then figure out how it works for you. Like, how much time you want to put into what, and where you want to be, and what your goals are. I mean, that's going to be different for everybody.
Go Ron Watt in the chat, or older folks like me have about 20 years left. You fit it in when you can.
Also, too, they're women, so they have that. I've been learning this. Like, women have a. How much?
Careful what you say here.
I know.
Boss group.
I know. Women have a better. They have that touch. They have that touch, and it looks prettier and stuff, and it makes you want to buy it. I'm like, damn it! I think this is true. So this is a perfect example of that. Yeah. So for KDP, I have 2 girls working on it, and they're actually really good. They're awesome, and they treat it like it's theirs, and it is theirs too. Because if they don't help me grow, we don't grow together. And I treat them good too as well. So women, when it comes to VAs, they're so awesome. They're so kind, and they're loving, and I love that about them. So,
I don't think I've ever had a mean woman VA. I can say that about a few guys. They were just super nasty. But Dawn, they will be at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific time in the morning. They will be recorded, so you can go watch them whenever you would like in those 21 days. Weekends will be a little bit later.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like 8:30 Pacific, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time on the weekends. Yeah. So.
And Aaron too, you're going to be doing it as well, the challenge.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what you can do, because I know that
RJ is supposed to be doing the challenge too.
I'll probably be doing everything myself, so I won't have any VA.
I'm technically doing the challenge right now. If you, you want to say it that way, right? I'm already doing it because I am doing it. I think I'm already doing it. I'm consistently doing it. You know what I mean? I'm challenging myself.
Yeah. You just do it with your team. Which is fine. Yeah. Yeah. It's the same.
Mm-hmm.
But Cindy, we have twinsy birthdays.
Yep. All right. So take a couple more questions, guys. Anything you want to have. One thing I did want to talk about, and I'll have Amy drop her link down below. She is actually going to be doing an offer too for anybody that signs up for the challenge through her link. You guys obviously all know who Amy is. She is the girl boss. She created the group, and she is literally like an absolute wealth of knowledge. Like, anytime you have a question about almost anything that comes with print on demand, e-commerce, whatever, whether it is like how to grow your business, how to run VAs, how to do, whether it's merch or KDP, etc. She is a wealth of knowledge.
eBay.
Yeah. Like, unbelievable. And for one person who signs up through her challenge, she's offering an hour of coaching, which Amy just doesn't do. Like, she doesn't do any of that stuff.
I've never seen her offer that.
Yeah, no,
That's awesome.
Sure. And then the other thing is she's offering for 2 other people, she's going to be giving away a gift card too, just as an extra little bonus, basically, to sign up for her. Honestly, like, and this is the absolute truth. Like, if you're in the Girl Boss group and you have an opportunity to support her with everything that she gives you guys, all of the support and the love and the way that she's created that community for you guys should do it. Like, you guys should step up to the plate and support Amy, because she is unbelievable. Like, she has been such an absolute treasure for my wife through some really difficult times. She's been there to support us, and she supports the merch community. Like, she doesn't ask for anything ever, and it drives me nuts. Like, we tell her, we have to force her to do things sometimes. And it's like, you deserve this. Like, you help people out all the time. So if you guys have the opportunity to support her, and it's a win-win, right? Like, this will help your business. This will help you to make money. You guys should do this.
I'm still waiting for my hour coaching call. So
you won't listen. So it's a waste.
All right. Thanks, Amy. Yeah, I'll be waiting for my coaching call too.
And yes, Book Bolt is a must. I've heard with last challenge, a lot of people were super excited about Book Bolt and how it helped them. So
yeah,
and I'm pretty sure Amy will have a link for that one too as well.
Yeah, for sure. So whenever you have the opportunity, like, if somebody has gone out of their way to help you and help your business, however she has done it, like, that Girl Boss community is something that is unique in this space. Like, there are not a lot of like girl e-commerce businesses like that, and Amy goes out of her way to really take care of everybody that's in there. Like, I see behind the scenes sometimes, because my wife will talk to me about like all of the stuff that's going on. It's like, that group is significant. So yeah, I just support her, please. All right.
I'm gonna actually join by the group too. I mean, by the thing, the challenge, so I can get my coaching.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you're going to join the Girl Boss group.
I'm already in there. I'm just kidding.
Well, everybody can join the page. There's a lot of good content on the page.
Yeah, for sure. So I think that's going to be it, guys. Are you guys ready? Like, are you ready to stop doubting and start doing? Are you ready to take the challenge? That would be the thing that I leave it with, because for those that actually take this seriously and invest the time and go through things step by step by step, I know that you're going to win. I know that you're going to go into Q4 and be ready to actually dominate KDP, have all of the tools to be successful, to understand the business at a very deep level. Honestly, this is better training than anything that we've seen put out, including stuff that's about merch. Like, KDP is a real opportunity. And I think that if you're sleeping on it, you just don't like money.
Mm-hmm. No, so it starts this Thursday, right? Thursday, August 1st.
Thursday, August 1st. Yeah, you only have a couple days left to sign up. So if you're thinking about it, if you're on the fence, like, take the lip.
Yep.
Ready? We good? All right, people. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Deadline is Wednesday, 11:59 p.m. Pacific time, Teresa. Thank you for joining us on a Sunday. We appreciate it. We will be in touch soon. And thank you to Amy Herberger for letting us come on.
Thank you, Girl Boss Group. Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Amy. Bye-bye.